Good evening. The Concord Township Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for July 2025 is now in session. I'd like to introduce my board. To my far left is Brian Falkowski and Ashley Garkar. I'm Ivan Valentik. To my right is Davey Rowan and Todd Going. To our far right is Heather Freeman, our zoning inspector. Under the advice of our legal counsel, we ask that anyone speaking tonight must be sworn in. If you plan on speaking, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? If so, say I do. I do. All right, thank you. Please be seated. When presenting your case or commenting, come to the microphone and state your name and address. So any comments need to be addressed at the microphone this evening. Heather, were the legal notices published?
Yes, they were.
All right. Thank you. Tonight we have two variances. A three vote majority is required to either approve or deny your variance request. First is variance application 2025-172. Michael D. Blasio is requesting a variance from section 15.03A10 and 15.03A7 to allow for the construction of an attached accessory building garage that will be 1,194 square feet in lieu of the maximum 1,024 square feet permitted. This is for the property located at 10215 Bryan Road, also known as parcel number 08-A-D-00-D-00-011-0. Heather, if you have time, can you please give us a quick summary of the application?
Yes, I can do that. Up here on the TV screen for you, I have a couple images. On the right is the site plan with the parcel outlined in red. And the photograph on the left is a photo that I took of the property from the roadway just a few days ago. The subject property is located on Bryan Road, which is part of the Ridgewood subdivision, which is off of Johnny Cake Ridge Road. It's zoned R1 residential and contains approximately 1.13 acres of land. It's currently developed with a single-family dwelling with a 3-car attached garage. There are 2 detached accessory buildings as well on the property, one being 1,020 square foot and a second 192 square foot shed. A variance was previously granted to the property owner that permitted 2 detached accessory buildings in lieu of the maximum 1. As proposed, the applicant is wishing to construct a 16 by 32 foot garage addition onto the existing home and garage. The existing garage is 829 square feet, and the proposed addition is for an additional 386 square feet, bringing the total garage area to 1,194 square feet. Pursuant to section 15.03A10 and the total square footage of any attached accessory building, a garage, shall not exceed the maximums permitted in 15.03A7, which limits the size of the attached accessory building to be 1,024 square feet.
Really quick, a couple of just questions for me. Do you remember when that previous variance was approved by chance? What year? I apologize for putting you on the spot.
No, I don't have that information with me.
And one other question I have, and I forgot to look this up, and I just thought of it when I was looking at that map. Do we have limitations to driveway widths, to the width of the driveway in our zoning code ordinances?
There's no minimum or maximum width of a driveway.
Okay.
The only regulation we have is no more than 40% of your front yard can be used for driveway parking area.
Okay. Any other questions for Heather before the applicant comes up? No.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Is this one property or 2 properties?
One.
This is one property.
Okay.
2 driveways.
2 driveways, 1 property.
Correct.
Okay.
And yeah, also the accessory building was in 2019.
Thank you. 2019.
The accessory building was in 2019, or the variance at least was approved in 2019.
Okay. All right. Will the applicant please come up? And please speak into the microphone and state your name, your address, and confirm that you've been sworn in.
My name is Mike de Blasio, Senior, 10215 Bryant Drive, Concord, Ohio.
And you've been sworn in, sir?
Yeah,
All right, thank you.
and my son is going to do my speaking.
Okay.
Hi, good evening. I'm Michael John de Blasio, son. Okay, no problem. I'm Michael de Blasio, 10215 Bryan Drive.
And you've been sworn in also?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You want to go ahead and present the case to
Sure.
us?
First, all the information I submitted, I brought folders for each one of you. Can I
Yeah.
approach them?
Yeah. Is there anything different than what?
Nothing's different. Everything's
Okay.
the same.
Okay.
Just,
I mean, I don't need one. I mean,
anyone?
you
Let's just
need-
take one for the record.
okay. We'll just take one for the record.
Okay.
But we should have everything here. Just give
I have
Heather
one,
one.
yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
So the reason for the thought of the addition was basically for me. I moved in with my parents back. We moved here in 2019. They both had health issues, so I moved in with them to kind of help out. Then I have health issues now, so but the reason for this addition, I have an old car I'm trying to get redone, and we need. Actually, I need the room for the car and some storage for my father. So this is kind of like a last ditch effort to get some room for myself. And so the actual depth of the garage isn't 32 feet. It's 23 feet to match the existing depth of the. Because I heard 32 feet. It's
Okay.
It's actually 23 feet deep. To match the existing structure that's there.
Okay. I'm just
Um,
doing a little math here. Okay.
So as far as the purpose of the addition, like I said, was kind of help me out, and with my health issues, I'm not going to be going anywhere. I hope to not be going anywhere soon, but I got to get my car done and have a spot for it, and the widths kind of accommodate me as I get this thing done, and have some storage for my parents, few odds and ends that we use in the garage, like patio furniture and stuff like that. But I think we're allowed 8.5 feet wide based off the square footage by 23 feet deep, and it's just not enough to park a car there. So we were requesting for an additional 170 square foot asking.
Okay. So it's, but I guess what's besides the car and the stuff that's going into that garage?
Mm-hmm.
We already have a 3-car garage, and plus the accessory building, or 2 accessory buildings, one being a larger garage. Like, what is there a way to make room for some of the stuff in another garage so we can make this garage meet the minimum square footage and not have to get the variance?
Well, with the 8.5 feet wide, it's going to be hard to put a car in there. And for the so the maximum we're allowed is 8.5 feet, I think it was, for the attached garage that we're asking.
I thought it was 16 feet wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're asking for, we're allowed 8.5 feet based
Without
off the
variance.
square footage without the variance.
Mm-hmm.
So we're requesting an additional 170 square feet, which would give us 16 by 23 deep.
Gotcha.
As far as my dad's, the separate garage, the detached, he's got an 84 Olds that he bought brand new, and he's got an old car on a lift, and then we both have our trucks we try to keep out of the salt. So those sit in the winter, and then he's got a little extra spot for his tools. So there's actually 3 spots there, but he's got 1 car up above, just to get it out of the way, because he was limited on his square footage for that. So when they purchased the house, they had no idea. There was more time and effort consumed with trying to get the house, but our neighbor, Ken Stiebig, and that might be why so on the county site, there's actually it shows two separate lots, I think, but so there was more stress involved with, trying to deal with the seller's realtor pushing him to, hey, sell it from under their feet. And it's just like, I saw all the stuff my parents was going through. So anyways, we didn't even consider, variances or any limitations because we thought there was enough room there. But then that's when we learned about riparian setbacks with the creek. We had no idea. We just thought a piece of property that big enough would have given us an extra bay on the detached garage. Because my dad's plan was to have 4 spots in the detached garage. That was the original. His intent was to have 4 spots and just go deeper in the backyard. But the square footage allotment, it wasn't feasible. Yeah. So that's why we're requesting, because we're trying to figure out what to do. And so this is kind of our last ditch effort to figure out how to live the rest of our lives in peace, as far as health permitting.
Okay. Does anyone else, I guess, open it to the board, have questions for the applicant?
So you just have the 3-car detached garage, and then do you have a shed as well?
Yeah, I forgot what size the shed is. It's packed with yard stuff, lawnmowers and snow
I think
blowers.
that's where your question was going, is there a way to consolidate stuff? Like if you were to get rid of that shed, would that count as less square footage?
No.
That's separate. Okay, I gotcha.
It's just, what I'm struggling with here, for me at least, I don't know where the rest of the board's at, is what's the practical difficulty here? And what I'm just hearing is we got a lot of stuff. We don't have enough room for all the stuff that we have. I mean,
Sort of, yeah. Sort of, yes, but I need a spot for a car, basically, is what we need. So whatever size that is, we're asking for 16 feet wide by the same depth as what the garage is. But to park a car, that's basically what we're asking for, is just another spot for, to be able to put a car in and not leave it out in the weather.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Going off of what Yvonne said, the practical difficulty. You have looking backwards, there was already a variance for a larger accessory building than what was allowed, and that was granted.
Right.
A 40 by 30. I think I could be wrong on that, but I round that. 40 by 30, that garage doors 4 cars, and you also have a 3-car garage currently attached. I understand you saying that you guys would like your car out of the yard.
Yes.
I understand that. But I'm struggling with that practical difficulty of you guys currently have at least 5 car spaces. I don't know that 40 by 30 is that a 4-car garage or a 2-car garage.
It's got a two-car garage door.
Okay, so you have a total of 7 car garages, and trying to figure out the practical difficulty of needing an 8th.
So what is the garage detached? Is that 24? I thought that was 24 deep.
No, it's
Is it 30?
40 by 30?
30, I think.
Is it? Okay.
So it's a 4-car garage.
It might be 24 deep.
Yeah, because he couldn't build it. He couldn't build it the depth he wanted. The depth of the garage is
Okay.
tight. Because he's got a Ford truck, barely fits in there.
Okay. Well, either way, it's still a 4-car garage. Plus a 3-car garage. That's 7 garage spots.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just asking what the practical difficulty is of needing an 8th garage spot.
For me, I can't, with my health issues, I can't find my own place right now. And I need a
Okay.
spot for my car. And we're allowed 8.5 feet. And we're just requesting for a little more width.
And is there a way to clean out one of the current 7 spots for your car? Because there are 7 garage spots currently as it sits.
Yeah, so my parents' everyday car pulls in all to the far right. My dad's got another spot for his car that he drives in the summer. We have a lot of cars. We're just trying to accommodate what my parents have and the very little that I have,
Okay.
and try to kind of live at peace a little bit and not worry. But anyways, and my mom's edge is to the far left. So there's 2 cars that only go out in the summer, and basically the Scion that they have is an everyday car. So
I got 2,
First.
4, I got 7 vehicles myself. He's
I
got
have
2.
I got 2. I got a newer truck that I bought my Chevy's 98 Chevy. It's got 260,000 miles. So I'm limping that along, trying to keep my GMC nice, and not keep it in the. I don't like. I don't want to drive it in the winter just yet.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. So my old Chevy sits outside. My GMC sits outside in the nice weather, and it goes in the big garage in the winter time. It sits outside in the summer, and then the car that I'm trying to get restored would go into the attached garage if we can get that built.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it is a, like, when you look in a neighborhood, you drive through the neighborhoods in Concord. I don't see many. I can't recall any. Lived here for 15 years. A house that has 4 garages, let alone 4 garages and another garage with 4 garages. Aesthetically, it's a lot of garage doors to look at when you're looking at a house too. I mean,
Sure.
It is going to impact the feel, the character of the neighborhood. The reason I asked Heather about the driveway again, so you add another garage, it means the driveway even gets wider up front. So it is going to impact, in my opinion, the character of the neighborhood a little bit.
So as far as the driveway, it wouldn't be so that if we were to be allowed to add that on, the driveway wouldn't extend all the way down. It would just be like an arc, just enough to get the car in. As far as the 4-car garage, our friends down the street, they have a 4-car garage, but it faces the side of the house.
Yeah.
So-
which is nice. Yeah. Aesthetically.
But
Heather, just so it's clear to me, if we approve this, they don't go in front of like zoning for any kind of review of the materials for the garage or any of that. All it gets approved tonight, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. So for me, the other question I think I have is just walk us through what the building materials for this
Sure.
garage extension.
so I forgot his name. Adam Miller.
Yeah.
So Adam Miller built the garage, the separate garage, and my dad's got an estimate from him, so we trust him. So he said what he will do is, we have 2 people, the guy that originally put the footers in and put the block in, put the floor in the separate garage. We're talking to him about doing the same with the attached garage, but we're gonna have the walls poured to match the existing structure in the house. So we have that. So we're not sure. There's 2 people. One, like I said, the person that did the separate garage, the detached garage, we're talking to him, and then the builder, Adam Miller, he knows somebody. So we're in the process of getting that figured out. Adam said he would be able to use some of the siding from this end of the attached garage and use some of that siding. We have other siding that we could use, but basically it's going to be stick built, and the height's going to match. I think the walls are 10 feet. I think the pitch is 612. So basically what you see now is just going to be extended.
So same garage door?
Yeah,
Same kind.
same.
Are you taking
same
the
garage.
stone across?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The stone's gonna go across this garage as
Yeah,
well?
so the stone, probably put a light, same light fixture. So it's gonna be what you see now with one extra bay.
What are you doing with the roof? Because now you're extending the roof. Are you redoing the entire roof
No.
so it all matches? Just this?
we got shingles that match.
How old's the roof that's on the house now?
Probably 10 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to think what else.
I think everything would be blended in. You wouldn't, know it was built after he just done it. So he's, when they were putting up my garage, I don't know if this means anything, but he had like a 15-year-old helping him. I thought it was his man that I hired, but it was somebody else's kid. No swearing, nothing. Cut wood, handing it up, and done a good job. Excellent job.
Ryan, any questions, or Ashley on this end?
Not for me right now.
Do you guys have any questions for the applicant? Okay, you can be seated.
Okay.
I think we're all good. And do you guys have any, before you guys sit down, do you guys have any other questions for us? Comments?
I've been praying all the way here,
Okay,
so,
all right, thank you.
yep.
Is there anyone else speaking for this appeal that'd like to come up? Or is there anyone speaking against this appeal that would like to come up? We did get an email that I want to enter into the record from a resident in the neighborhood that was against the expansion of the garage. So that's entered into the record. And again, so if there's no further questions, the public hearing for variance application 2025-172 is now closed to the public. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion for the board. Who would like to start, if anyone?
I just have a lot of concerns about currently you've got a 7-car garage, improving the practical difficulty of there's a lot of stuff in that property. There was already a 4-car garage, one accessory building built with approval back in 2019, which I understand was a while ago, but it was already approved once of asking for more than what our zoning says, and it seems like there is a lot more than just a 1-car garage though too out there as well, where it's more of there's just a lot of stuff, and I don't see owning a lot of stuff necessarily a practical difficulty in that situation.
Yeah, and when I look at the Duncan factors, the one that jumps out to me was, I think it does affect the essential character of the neighborhood. That's just, again, my opinion. I don't know how others feel about that.
I think our email states that
The
it
email
does
states
affect the
exactly
neighborhood.
that.
As well, yeah, from the,
Other neighbors are saying it affects the integrity of the neighborhood.
anyone else?
I think the key consideration is the practical difficulty, and does it rise to meet that definition? And that's what we have to consider. Having too many cars, is that a practical difficulty? I think it's a nice problem to have. My wife won't let me have them, but here we are.
Davey, anything?
I think I'm echoing a lot of what Todd's saying.
Okay,
That's kind of where I'm at.
I'm in the same position.
okay. All right, if there's no further discussion from the board, the question is on the approval of variance application 2025-172. A yes vote is for the approval of the variance. A no vote denies the variance. Heather, please call the vote.
Ms. Garkar,
No.
Mr. Rowan,
No.
Mr. Falkowski,
No.
Mr. Goling,
No.
and Mr. Valentic.
No, the variance has not been approved. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in and presenting your case. Next on our list is variance application 2025-173. Hitesh Patel is requesting a variance from section 15.03A7 to allow for a secondary accessory building to be located on a lot less than 2 acres in lieu of the maximum one permitted. This is for the property located at 6355 Chestnut Street, also known as parcel number 08-A-032-C-00-007-0. Heather, can you give us a little summary?
Yes, I'd be happy to do that. Again, up here on the TV screen, the image on the right is a map site plan with the parcel outlined in red there. And then the image on the left is a photo I took from the roadway just a few days ago. The subject property is located on Chestnut Street, which is accessed off of Johnny Cake Ridge Road near State Route 44. The property is zoned R1 residential and contains approximately 1.03 acres of land. It's currently developed with a single-family dwelling and a detached barn. The water tower is on the adjacent property behind it. You can see that in the photo. As proposed, the applicant is looking to erect a 20 by 10 shed on the property. There is already an existing barn that measures approximately 24 feet by 36 feet, which was constructed in 1998. The pursuant to section 1503A7, lots less than 2 acres shall have no more than one detached accessory building. They are requesting to have a second.
Okay.
And I can give you, I'm sorry, I have one other slide here.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, there's a photo of the shed that the applicant had provided with their application, and then a little bit more zoomed in map. You'll see in the back corner of the parcel in question, there's a little blue rectangle there. That is the proposed placement, 10 feet from the rear lot line, 10 feet from the side lot line.
Is that within how far for the lines?
It meets the
The
setbacks,
setback,
yes.
thank you, that word.
Okay. Any questions for Heather? All right, if the applicants want to come up, again, state your name and your address and confirm that you've been sworn in.
Yeah.
My name is Hitesh Patel, coming from 6355 Chestnut Street, Painesville, Ohio, Painesville or Concord Township, Ohio, 44077. We are coming from Beechwood, Ohio.
And you've been sworn in,
We
sir?
just built this, we just,
You've been sworn in?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
sorry. And we just bought that land to build the house. We didn't know we allowed to put only one shed in the property. And we have beautiful shed like you see in the picture. We would like to bring it way back there. It's not blocking anybody's view or nothing. It's way far from the house, 10 feet away from somebody's property, and it's not super tall or anything, small shed. I want to put my tractor and stuff, lawnmower and everything.
Yeah.
So if I can get it, I greatly appreciate it.
What are you planning on putting in the big shed that's already out, or barn that's out there already?
Barn, we have we take some stuff out from the old house, like windows and bunch of doors, because this house gonna go. The old house, it's probably 100 years old.
You're
Yes.
tearing the house down?
Yeah, we building the new house there.
How big of a house are you building, or garage or storage are you building with the new house?
The house has
been-
has everything. It's about 4,000 square feet, I believe.
4,000 square feet. We have a 3-car.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt,
No.
but can you state your
Oh,
name
yeah,
and?
sorry, I'm very sorry. My
Yeah.
name is Gar Patel, 6355 Chestnut Street. I just sworn in.
Okay,
And yeah, we're building a house, 44,000 square feet house. We're gonna have a 3-car garage space, but we don't plan on putting anything in that garage because particularly we're gonna use it for like family use. We're gonna use it for personal use. We don't really want to use that space to put our tools, put any of our equipment in the garage.
Just for the cars.
Yes,
We
but
never
not
park
that.
even my. Right now I
But-
have 4-car garage in Beechwood. I never ever even park my car in the garage because I like to keep it clean. Because tire marks and winter time it bring the
So,
snow and messy. My garage is like brand new. I wish I can send you a picture.
Yeah, it's,
I believe
Yeah.
it. I
it's
believe
a
it.
clean.
I never bring my car in the garage.
Yeah,
So I've, Gar, right?
Garf.
Garf.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So you're gonna build a 4,000 square foot house, 3-car garage,
Yeah.
and then is it green barn? The green barn to the right, you don't want to put anything in the barn because you're gonna use the barn, and then you want to put
Yeah.
stuff in a shed behind the barn.
Yeah, so mainly like our small tools, like the tractor. We have a John Deere tractor that we use
My
for lawn mowing.
ATV.
We have an ATV
Right.
that we're going to put inside. Just smaller things that we don't want to use or put in the barn that would take up a lot of space.
So you're not gonna put it in the three garages you're gonna put on the new house. You're not gonna put it in the 900 square foot barn. You're gonna put it in a shed behind the barn. That's my understanding.
Very far, about 100 feet away from the shed.
Right.
It's 100 feet away, so
Would you ever consider just getting rid of the green barn? You're building a beautiful house, I'm sure.
yeah.
You got a beautiful barn you're going to be putting in.
I was
What about this-
thinking about it, but if you look at this barn, you're gonna love it. It's a strong barn, very old,
Yeah.
but we did a lot of work into it, and it looks beautiful as of today.
So you already bought the shed though.
I can show you the before picture and today's picture. Yeah, but a shed I bought it long time ago.
Where's the shed now?
It's in the Beechwood.
Yeah, it's in our.
We are selling that
current-
house and
Yes.
bringing this shed up here.
So you're selling Beechwood, building a house here, moving here.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, you're bringing the shed from Beechwood here?
Yes.
So you already own the shed.
Yes.
We already own the shed.
And is this shed in use currently for your tractor, your four-wheel?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Currently, yes.
Okay. Now, using the shed, do you guys have any desire to have a larger shed, or is this shed acceptable to you guys?
This is very acceptable to us right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
right now.
Right now, yes. I mean, well, we're not planning to like expand the shed or anything. We're just planning on
Okay.
keeping it the way it is.
Okay,
Shed is already there. We're not adding anything.
Yeah, we're not adding anything else.
okay,
Just the way.
okay.
we-
And what is the use of the, what is the plan for the use of the barn after you build your house? Because you said right now you took some stuff from the house you guys are tearing down, and you're currently using the barn as some extra of that stuff. Once the house is gone, your new house is here. I'm assuming those windows and stuff are gone. Like, what's the plan of use of the
Yeah, I
barn?
can park 2 cars in there. That space I have
In the barn.
Yeah.
In the
Okay, so cars and stuff like that are going to be
Yeah,
in
I
the
put
barn.
new garage door and everything.
Okay.
We have garage doors.
Okay, so barn's being used for
Yeah.
additional things after
Yeah.
the completion of the new house.
Yeah.
That's what my plan, but maybe not because my car always sitting outside in the driveway. 100 feet driveway we have round
But also
driveway.
at the same time, like we also like to put our cars inside the garage. Especially in the winter. Like winter gets pretty
Right.
bad here, so putting the car inside would be,
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question.
Yeah.
Did you guys think about at all, or ask anyone, could you attach the barn to the house, or have the house somehow attached to this barn? Did you think about doing that, or is it, how far is the house from the barn?
14
It's about no, a little bit more. It's about 20 feet.
new house.
The new house between the new house and the barn,
20.
it's about 20 feet.
I'm not 100% sure, but she got maps and everything.
Yeah, we have the plan all set up, but it's gonna be 20 feet.
They just receive a permit today for the new
And yeah,
house.
they've received the permit today.
So the new shed is 200 square feet, right? 20 by 10.
Yeah,
Not
And
new.
they have about 160 feet to play with on the green barn.
Right.
So the attaching this to that, it's too much already.
Yeah.
we don't plan on attaching the new house to the barn. We just plan on keeping everything detached because it's a big land. So
Yeah.
having everything detached, and then we're planning on having the shed in the back. so that, like it won't block the neighbor's view. It will, it will create more space.
And we really don't have any neighbor there.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just the land and that water tower, and that's it. So I don't think it bothers anybody or anything. But I understand it's less than 2 acres, can have that, but I tried to get the land to next door. He's agreed on everything, but last moment he said he cannot sell that land because something, I don't know.
Inheritance.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
So you guys have looked at other options of buying more land to get around the multiple accessory building
Yeah,
situation.
just, yeah.
Okay.
It just didn't work
But,
out.
but he didn't work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
And I cannot force him. First time he said 40,000. I said, go ahead, no problem. Then he said, no, it's too late. Week later, I called him. I said, did you think about anything? He said, I can sell it to you for 60. I said, okay, go ahead, no problem. Then let me talk to my son, come back. He said, no, he thinking maybe he gonna get more. So I said, how much more? But he didn't come up after that. So
Okay.
in order to get this little share, I'm so excited
yeah, we just
to
been
get
super
the other
excited.
land, and Heather already knows this story, but it didn't work out. In the future, if it's work out, then I'll be out of things, but right now this is a
Also, we do a lot of gardening too. So like this shed will be
flowers
extremely,
and
yeah.
stuff.
This will create more additional space for like, our gardening tools and all that small stuff.
With the new house, it might be a question for Heather. The location and everything of the shed. Is there any setback rules from the proposed new house to the shed, or is that all in line?
There are no rules.
Okay.
So just like our last hearing, we're charged with understanding the practical difficulty. And what I'm having trouble understanding is why can't you put all the stuff in the big green barn? I love that barn. I would love to have a barn like that. And you have a very small space. You can put that barn inside this barn and still have plenty of room. And we just, you heard us with the last fellas, we have to find out what is the difficulty here. And I understand that you got the ATV, and you got the tractor.
Correct.
Is it just a garden tractor, a loader?
Garden
It's a
Garden tractor, okay. So you got standard yard stuff, right? You got your rakes and your tools, and you said some small tools back there in the back barn, back shed, I'm sorry, that you want to put in. But, I'm trying to understand, why can't it go in the green barn and then we wouldn't have a problem?
Yeah, if I don't have shade, I won't spend money to get other shade. But it's already there.
But you already bought the shed.
Yeah, and
So that's,
Yeah.
okay,
I don't
I
want to lose
understand.
that. It's just shade. That's all the point.
It just became very personal to us. The shed.
I won't buy other shade.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
but it's already there. Money is already gone from the pocket.
Yeah.
Trying to get it back to here and kind of use it.
How much are sheds? How much was that shed?
Right now it's like $10,000.
For a 20 by 10 shed?
Yeah.
I need to start building sheds. Okay.
Yeah,
I
right by
understand.
the Shalgation.
WMG.
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 Right.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Yeah, that's what I'm struggling. If we can really come up with a practical difficulty, that helps us, a little bit.
I think
But it won't affect the neighborhood. Everything you're doing is making everything better.
And it's
And you're putting it in the
It'll look
back.
nice.
You're trying to hide it.
Aesthetically, it will look nice if we
We have
add the
beautiful
shed
tree
with
line.
it.
We're gonna have our own fence.
Yeah.
So you can't even see from the street or anything. Big green barn right there, so shade is gonna be way back there. It's not gonna be public view. It's not blocking anybody's view. Big public tower is there, so it's tower gonna block the view, not me.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions for the applicant?
Wait, one more. So is this shed, is this going to be like a temporary storage while you build the house, or is this going to stay there after the house is
Stay,
built?
stay
It will
there.
stay.
Understood.
Permanent, yeah.
And there's no way to take this shed and attach it to the green shed somehow? The barn?
I think it's
I
based
tried to
on
do
the rule.
that, but
It has to be
it's-
100 feet away, so we try to make it, as
I
precise.
trying to
as
do
possible.
that, but we need 10 feet away from the
Oh yeah,
fence.
10 feet away from the fence.
And if I do that, I don't have room. But I already put the gravel and everything. I didn't know I cannot bring the shade there, so I put
Yeah.
gravel and everything.
He runs into a setback issue from the sideline there.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it. Could put it on the back.
Yeah, that's where we were planning to put it like all the way in the back.
Yeah,
so
it's
we're-
in the picture. It's a way back there with the green square.
Right.
Because there's a lot of room back there. And it won't block anyone's view either.
And that whole land is gonna be balanced. We're gonna put
Yeah,
new
it's
soil.
also very flat too.
When we
Yeah.
dig the ground, we're gonna use that soil for balancing everything.
Okay. You guys are good on this side?
Yep.
Todd, anything else?
And just for my reference, what neighbor was it? The neighbor to the north or the neighbor to the south you were trying to
The
get?
neighbor to the north.
That guy,
yeah.
okay.
We were trying to, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a
Can you point?
Yes, I'm sorry.
4 acres.
It's
of
this
land.
one up here.
Yeah.
It's the lot without the
The vacant lot.
barn on it.
The vacant lot.
Yeah, the vacant one.
Okay. Thank you.
And you realize that if you had 2 acres,
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
Then I have no problem. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I tried, but they
We
didn't.
tried, but
And I cannot force them. It's their property.
yeah.
Okay. You can be seated.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here that is speaking for this appeal or against this appeal that'd like to come up? If there's no further questions, a public hearing for variance number 2025-173 is now closed to the public. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion from the board?
I'll start I feel like I can almost argue a practical difficulty, the fact that they own the shed currently. So it's not like they're like, hey, I want to buy a shed or build a shed.
Right.
They already have it. What are they going to do with it? Pitch it? So there's a practical difficulty if they have something that works for them. They know it works for them, so they're not going to be asking for a larger shed because they are already using it. It already works. As well as the aesthetics then of the property around. There's not houses around, but also being in the back doesn't affect the neighborhood being that far in the back. And I think they've definitely exhausted all options, including willing to buy a full acre of land to get around the situation.
So the practical difficulty also, if you extend it to the previous hearing, he already bought the car. Now he's got someplace to put the car. So does he get the waiver because he has the car?
No,
So-
because the one who had already purchased the car was already here in 2019, already has been given a variance for an additional building, and is now in a roundabout way asking for a third
Right.
chunk. This is somebody who bought a piece of land who, if you look at it, the house looks boarded up and probably not in the best situation, and is trying to make
It's a bulldozer.
things look better.
Right.
And having something that he owns on property elsewhere,
Would like to bring it here.
like to bring it,
Right.
and I can argue that practical difficulty of owning something and bringing it with you while still keeping maybe a historical building. I don't know, kind of cool looking barn.
I think for me, the location is appealing because it is in the back corner. You're really not going to see it. It's not going to hurt the value of the neighbors. They're building a new house, which is actually going to help the neighborhood. So I don't really see any major issues for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's changing the character of the neighborhood. I think they're improving everything.
Okay, anything else? All right, Heather, could you please call vote?
All right, Mr. Bowling,
No.
Ms. Garkar,
Yes.
Mr. Rowan,
Yes.
Mr. Falkowski,
No.
Mr. Valente.
Yes. Your variance has been approved.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh, man. All right, we do not have meeting minutes this month. So to review, our next Concord Township Board of Zoning Appeals meeting is August 2025. Our meeting for tonight is now adjourned.